welcome to the pickups for March 2023. I wasn't going to do actually a monthly pickup because I tried to do it kind of bi-monthly now, but I ended up getting a reasonable amount of stuff, so I thought I would do a pickup video. Now, I actually got sent a bunch of stuff from someone involved in the Vipco label, hence why I'm doing this kind of update, because I have a lot of stuff that was kindly sent by them. And the first thing I'm going to show you is actually some posters that was kind of sent along with some of the kind of the discs. I'll show you in just a minute. So yeah, so I got sent a kind of a package by Vipco, or a gentleman who works for Vipco, and along with some Blu-rays and DVDs, I'll send you in a minute. They sent me a bunch of posters. Now, I was thinking about maybe I'll do a giveaway for these. I don't know if anyone would be potentially interested in maybe a couple of the discs, but let me know what you think. So, anyways, have a quick look at these posters. So this is a poster from the SRS cinema kind of label for Harvest of the Dead, which is the film I actually reviewed. Then we have Cannibal Hookers. So yeah, all these are kind of like low budget, kind of grindhouse B movies. Oops, I've got two there by the looks of it. Zombie Lover. I didn't get all these films, by the way, but so there's just some posters for it. But yeah, Zombie Lover. Vipco's Vault of Terror, which I think is an anthology. Amityville Hex, one of the long line in Amityville movies. American Cannibals, which I think is a vampire movie. Harvest of the Dead, Halloween Night. This is the film I actually reviewed. And then we have Bad Moon Rising, which is a low-budget vampire movie starring Danny Thompson. So the posters. Let's have a look at the discs. So this is a mixture of stuff I was sent by Vipco plus stuff I've picked up. We'll go through the Vipco stuff first, and some of it was in DVD. And the first one is that poster I've just shown you, which is the only one I've actually watched so far of recording this video. Bad Moon Rising, which is a low-budget werewolf movie that stars Danny Thompson here, who is a former glamour model. So I had done a review for this, so it's the only one I've actually watched so far. But yeah, so that is Bad Moon Rising. We also got Vipco's Vault of Terror Volume 1, which is, I believe, an anthology. And this is apparently an uncut version. So Vipco, of course, were renowned for releasing very kind of many numbers of video nasties initially, although some of them were cut. Harvest of the Dead, Halloween Night. Now, I actually already have the Blu-ray of this one, which is how I ended up kind of talking to the gentleman who works for them. So there is a review for this one, but I'd had already previously watched it. We've got VHS Forever, Psychotronic People, which I think is a documentary about the VHS scene, of which I used to, you know, be a collector once upon a time. We've got Devil in the Woods, which is probably the next one I'm going to watch. We have American Cannibals, which I think is, again, is a vampire movie. And I've got the poster of that one. And then we got the Harvest of the Dead. Now, I incorrectly said I had seen this one because of the poster. This is the first film. I'd actually seen the Harvest of the Dead Halloween Night, which is the second movie, so I've not actually seen this one. Okay, so that is the stuff from Vipco, so thank you very much for sending me them. I do really appreciate it, and I'll give them all a watch at some point. So let's have a look at the stuff I've picked up just generally. And I picked up a couple of blind buys purely because they were cheap and I kind of came across them. Vinion, Lost Souls, which I'm not quite sure. I think it might be a kind of cannibal movie. Looks like a kind of horror, kind of jungle adventure movie that stars Rufus Sewell. And yeah, I haven't got round to watching this one yet. So that will be on the watch list at some point. But, you know, I quite enjoy some jungle adventure sometimes. And this was also a blind buy. This was just on eBay for £1, so I thought I would pick it up. Starring Dean Cain. Don't know much about this one. Kind of an internet, demonic internet presence, I believe. But yeah, I thought the cover kind of drew me in, and I thought for one solitary £1, you know, I'll give it a punt. So next up, I have seen this one. So this is Dollman versus Demonic Toys, which I'd say arguably is probably one of the first kind of versus movies that came out, you know. Now, this was by Full Moon Pictures and was actually, as you can probably clearly tell, a crossover between Dollman and the Demonic Toys. Now, Charles Band, who runs, obviously, Full Moon Entertainment, is notorious for reusing footage from other kind of movies. Now, about 80% of the footage from this movie is actually made up from Dollman and the Demonic Toys movie. There's only about 20% of new footage. But the reason why I got this was because when I used to collect VHS, this was one film I could never find on VHS. And it was kind of one of these films that I knew existed, but in the UK, you could just never find it. So I thought I would pick it up. And it also comes with a couple of interesting little nuggets as well. So you have a like a little trading card, and that's limited to 200 pieces, which is a Dark Angel, which is one of the other kind of, actually quite like Dark Angel, it's a movie. And then you've got like a postcard of another movie, not quite sure what that film is. So yeah, so you get a couple of extra little bits in there as well. Next up we have Terrified, which was, I think it was a Shudder original, and it's actually an Argentinian movie, but it is really good. Well worth your time. Obviously, it is spoken in the Spanish language, but I would honestly check this one out. If you like a good old-fashioned kind of scare, it's really good, and it's kind of like a parallel dimension sort of movie, but it plays very much like a traditional horror, and it's quite a lot of good scary moments, quite a lot of kind of good practical effects and jump scares and things like that. So definitely worth your time if you haven't seen it. Now, if you've watched my channel for any length of time, you'll know I'm a Marvel fan. In the last couple of months, I hadn't actually picked anything up, but I've got a couple this month. So this is the Black Panther kind of re-release steelbook from Best Buy in America. Now, obviously with the second film, Wakanda Forever, they kind of re-released this version, which only got released in America and probably Canada. So I had to get this version imported. They'd previously already done another Best Buy exclusive for Black Panther, but ironically not a lot of other films. So I thought I'd get it because this is going to be the one harder to get, because obviously it's not released in the UK or Europe, this one, at least not at the moment. Although I haven't actually got the British version of Wakanda Forever yet. But I did get the French version. So this is the French, and it's from a retailer, Fnac, or FNAC. And this is a double pack from the first two, the currently only two Black Panther movies. So the original plus Wakanda Forever, and when Wakanda Forever was on pre-order, I saw this. I thought that I much prefer the artwork to this compared to the British versions, which I'll probably pick up at some point, but I'll wait until they're a bit older and I'll pick them up for cheaper, because the initial launch steelbooks always tend to come back pretty cheap later on. So yeah, this is the French version, and it's got the obviously both films in it. But I thought that's a really cool artwork with the kind of the mask there. And my final pickup is the original Resident Evil movie from the Pop Art series, and this is, I believe, an American version, I want to say. It is multi-region, I'm fairly sure it's an American version, and this is my favourite out of the Resident Evil films. I had an Italian version of this, but this pop art artwork wasn't released in the UK. Ironically, neither was the last one, just the ones in the middle. So, yeah, this is my favourite out of all the Resident Evil films, and I actually quite like the artwork here with the zombie dog on it. It's kind of like classic Resident Evil. So, yeah, I thought I'd pick this one up. I've actually only got the pop art ones of 1 and 6. Although I've got a few of the other ones on kind of other steelbooks, if that makes sense. So I might try and get the full set of the pop art ones, just because they're matching, to be honest. So that is it. That is the update for March. And once again, a big thank you to Vipco for sending me a fantastic care package. And I will get round to watching those films at some point. And thank you to everyone who is obviously watching this. Let me know what you thought the best pickups were, and would you be interested in potentially some of that stuff as a kind of a giveaway? I probably have to watch it first to obviously make it worth their while for me sending it out to me. But do let me know. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I shall look forward to you next time. Bye for now.